come on here because today I think the name of this video is 99999 karmic completion, and now it makes sense. Excuse me, when my voice got, I had an emotional moment with my family members just now. So I'm gonna call this video 99999. All right. Goddamn. Woo. All right, that was a lot. Okay, so I just saw my my aunt and my cousin, the ones that lived in Virginia. They were here in town, and I didn't go see them or anything like that, because I was trying to, like, I guess I was feeling some kind of way, and I did a reading on the situation, and now the cards are making sense too. I think it was other people around them that would have been on some shit, but they were very apologetic. I think at first they probably felt some kind of way, and I understand how they feel, how they might have felt. But I was going through stuff, and I just didn't want to see nobody. Like, I haven't dealt with my family on my mom's side in a long time, and when you have time to yourself and you think about everything that happened, and you start coming to realizations that people in your family, or you just start coming to different realizations, that when you have those epiphanies that kind of be like making you feel like you never really had anybody. And there's a lot of stuff that's been going on, but I think we touched a lot of bases today. I was able to talk to them for like a good hour and stuff. I feel bad. I feel like I should have, but I'm in protective mode because I have to protect myself. So I can't apologize for having to protect myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to protect myself, and I was apprehensive because I didn't know how they felt about me or whatever the case is. I kind of wish that they did contact me before they even got to California, because they could have contacted me like a month before or a week before, that they came, because I feel like that would have gave me more time to think about it. But I had to protect myself, and at least I felt like I had to, because the people that they still connect themselves with, I can't trust them. They kind of low-key deal with people that I don't really like fuck with or whatever in the family. So, sometimes when it's like that, you kind of have to like keep your distance and stuff. And I came out with a video, the D&D and stuff, because I felt at the time when I got the call, I felt that it was invasive. I felt nervous. I had a anxiety, and I just wasn't sure. And I wasn't sure how my Tia felt about me, because since her husband had passed, I never called her because I didn't know what to say. Well, today, on my way over to this airport, and I'm right here by doors 5 and 6, Terminal 7, okay, for United Airlines. Peep the synchronicities, United. And all I want to say is that I'm grateful that I was able to talk with them and touch bases with them. And we came to the realization that a lot of the people that were associated, distant people, and people that married into the family, they came in doing a lot of spell work, a lot of manipulation, a lot of things to cause us to fight and be separate from each other. And certain people in the family allowed things to go on and blah, 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 and things like that. So I forgive everyone. And it was a really good conversation, because I ended up finding out that my aunt's husband, who was very abusive towards us, that he actually apologized on his deathbed. I mean, horrible fucking timing, but whatever. And I ended up finding out that his family, just like I had predicted years ago, because this nigga went to the hospital. This nigga went to the hospital back in in the video. You gotta watch D&D type shit. I'm gonna keep the video up because I want this to be a lesson for myself, and about forgiveness and things like that, which in my mind, I swore that I forgive everything. But I think that when certain people call me or contact me, it triggers like an anxiety. Like, what type of shit you on? Now, what do you want? Who sent you type shit? Like, so I know this is for me, for self correction for me. So I appreciate the conversation because I didn't know that my aunt was here. I thought it was just my cousin and her daughter, but it ended up being my cousin, my daughter. I mean, my cousin, my niece, and my auntie, her mom. The ones that live in the DMV. Those are the ones I told you about that. I lived in the DMV. And y'all know from that D&D type video, and I'm going to keep it up, like I said, that, I came to realizations of things that happened in the past. When you realize that that your family never, the dark night of the soul type shit, when you've really come to that realization that your family never gave a fuck about you, they didn't know how to give a fuck about you, so they treated you a certain way, that shit hurts. And it hardens your hearts. So, anyways, when I saw my aunt, she just like it just I was trying my best not to cry and shit, and she felt so bad. I think that when it comes to like family members and stuff, I think that they are very well aware of it, and I feel like my aunt, she faced her tower moment. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna explain to y'all what it is. I feel like my aunt faced her tower moment because when her husband passed away, the one I said that was very abusive, like I said, he was very psychologically abusive towards, me and my two cousins. You know what I'm saying? He treated us like hot shit on a stick on a summery day in Georgia. Okay, he treated us like straight shit. Okay, and it was horrible, and even worse for my other cousin because of his sexuality. So I ended up got some tea. I ended up getting some tea, and the tea was that when he started getting even more sicker, he my cousin Jan, she said that she was next to him on his deathbed, child, and he said, I apologize for everything, and stuff like that. He apologized to her, and then Janine. Oh, I said her name. Anyways, Jen. She FaceTime her brother, my other cousin, the one that he treated the worst, okay, because of sexuality and stuff like that. And she said that I'm gonna just say Jay. He said that Jay, my aunt's husband, Jay. No, we'll call him Mac. Mac. Okay. She said that Mac was like, Gerald, is that you, Gerald? Gerald, is that you? Is that you? I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. And she said that he started screaming and crying on his deathbed. See, you got to do right by people. You got to take accountability for how you fucking treat people, yo. Because when you on your deathbed, you're gonna be feeling so fucking guilty. You're gonna be feeling so guilty. You're gonna be screaming and crying and feeling so guilty. You know what? This happened years ago. It always happens like that, right? The most malignant fucking person, the most malignant, nastiest person, treat you like shit, all kinds of stuff. Just took your life to a whole nother place that it didn't need to. But of course, everything meant to happen or whatever. Right? And all things considered, when they on their fucking deathbed, they reaching out. Oh, I'm sorry. When you die, and I did research on narcissists after they pass away, and I explained it to my family. When you die, whatever narcissism, whatever psychological problems, issues, mental illness, attitude problems, whatever, all that is washed away when you cross over, and you're just a soul, right? Just like we're just souls. And I read this up on Quora.com. And they said that and I got to get on that book too. I think the lady's on YouTube. I'm going to try to post it on my community tab. But they say you become a soul, you become everything that's ill about you is washed away. And then they take you to this room, obviously the holorecords. They let you watch. Basically, you'll see up on a big ass fucking screen, big ass fucking ethereal plasma or some shit, right? And you have to see everybody that you hurt, everybody that you have done a transgression against, and then they say after that the person will feel immense guilt, so then they try to They sometimes they'll get like reincarnated back, but they have to work their way up, maybe through other people and stuff like that. So this is the reason why. And I was telling them that you might see somebody that look like James. You may see somebody that remind you of James. You might meet somebody that's named James. Okay, that's his name. His nickname was Mac. You'll see somebody that remind you of that person, and that person go out their way trying to help you. That's them. So sometimes they reincarnate back into the world, back into 3D, and they have to make up for all the fucked up shit that they did in their past lifetime. Okay. So I was explaining to them that that's probably happened with us and we probably didn't notice. You know, we see people that look like him or see people that remind you of him or say things that they used to say. Somebody will go out their way to help you. It's because them doing it because they have to make up for everything that they've done. My aunt told me, yeah, so he basically was crying on his deathbed, and he was saying his ex-wife, who did a lot of spell work against my auntie and stuff when he had left her, um, that he said that the woman was trying to come get him because she must have binded him or something like that. So she, you know, whatever. That was his last dream before he died, I guess. Um, so he has to elevate himself, and then so he will have to also forgive himself so that he can get out of that space, that loop, and you know, ascend and go to the other dimensions, wherever the fuck he's supposed to be. And you know, and then my aunt was like, yeah, you know, I did see some people that looked like him and stuff like that. And my aunt was very apologetic. You know, I haven't spoken to her in a while, and I held some resentment towards her and everybody. You saw that video. You saw the type of shit that I was on in that video. And that I'm never going to erase that video because that video is true. It was my true feelings. It was me really, you know, saying what I wanted to say. And I said how I ended up here is that this was their last day. And this was their last day, and she had called me early this morning. I missed it because I had my shit on D&D. And she said, this is our last day here, and I hope that we get to see you before we leave, and, you know, blah, 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 blah. And then I started sending a bunch of text messages. I said, okay, let me just explain how I feel, okay? So I didn't mince my words at all. I just said how I felt, and she responded back. And she was just like, okay, I feel you, some. I can't look on my phone right now. She's like, oh, I feel you, you know, da-da-da-da. So I was like, wow, okay. Something told me, like, try to get there, try to see them before they leave. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you never know what could happen, right? So it's like, just go. Because I wasn't going to go. But something was nudging me, right? So it's just like, okay, let me just go. So on my way driving to here, I swear to God, on my way driving to here, I seen 4 9s, like karmic completion. Like, you need to have a conversation with them. I know you've been avoiding it. You know, could you make peace with things and you create your own closure? And then kind of when you're reminded of mortality, when somebody dies in your family or something like that, when you're reminded of the mortality, you're reminded of certain things, and you're noticing everybody's getting older and blah, 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 and whatever. It's kind of like it slaps you in the face, and next thing you know, you're right back in that zone again. Even though days before, months before, you were just fine, you made peace with it, you had no choice but to make peace with it. So I'm grateful for today. I'm grateful that I had the conversation, you know, with my aunt, and I apologized to her. She, you know, we apologized to each other. We made peace. United Airlines, Terminal 7, doors 5 and 6. You feel me? Whew. I'm telling you, this is a beautiful feeling. Motherfucker. This is a beautiful, beautiful fucking feeling. I don't try and get all mushy and shit, but this is a beautiful feeling. Like, I'm really glad. It feels soul cleansing that I got my darkest feelings out and I said what I need to say, and I got a whole bunch of tea. Oh my God. Remember I came on a video, well, my tarot inspo. Remember I came on a video and I talked about a guy named Mr. Flores who kept my uncle in prison over and over. He kept my uncle in prison, and we only had 1 good year with my uncle. Remember I came on a video and I told y'all that? Guess what? Him dead. He died. And my aunt and my niece and my cousin, they came out here to go to his funeral. That nigga died. You see how that shit worked? You understand what I'm saying? That nigga died. And that nigga was so fucking wicked. He violated the women in his family. He caused a lot of problems. He did spell work. He did all kinds of shit. This nigga was a wicked nigga. And guess how he died? He died the same way how Mac died, aka James died. Heart problems. So when you got a wicked, nasty ass fucking heart, it does manifest physically. He had a fucked up heart, and that's what happened. That's what took that nigga out. That nigga got taken out, Mr. Flores. And it's crazy because I just talked about this nigga yesterday on a live. And yesterday was his fucking funeral or something like that. I just talked about this nigga, Mr. Flores. So that nigga dead. Bye, nigga. That nigga gone. So now you got a lot of making up to do too. Just like James, or aka Mac, just like him, you got to make up for some shit too, because you did even worse. Nigga, I can't even figure out shit. Two of the lesser evils. I can't even figure it out. But you did worse. At least I had some good moments with James, nigga. You, Mr. Flores, you got a lot of work to do because you did a lot of fuck shit, nigga. You broke apart families. You caused rippling effects to this entire family that affected many generations. Nigga, you got more work to do than fucking James. Good luck, nigga. Now that you on the other side, you forgiven too, motherfucker. Cool. Whatever. You got taken out. Me and my aunt, we started chopping it up. A lot of motherfuckers that came in our family started doing a little weird shit. They got fucking taken out. The ancestors ain't playing. The ancestors, they coming for collect. You feel me? They coming for collect. Period. That nigga was fucking evil as fuck. And I think he had a lot to do with my auntie's death. Yeah. So that nigga got a lot of fucking karma to rack up on. That motherfucker wasn't shit. He was worse than James was. Shit. At least I had some good moments with him. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? So James apologized on his deathbed. This nigga, he probably died without apologizing to nobody. That nigga just died. At least the other nigga tried to apologize. So that nigga did. And that's funny, yo, because I was just fucking talking about him, yo. Just talking about this nigga yesterday, y'all. And this nigga was dead. You feel me? This nigga dead. So, okay. So let me scoot back a little bit. Skirt. So then, all right. So let me tell you what happened. So then, let me see. Okay. Ma ended up telling me that when Mac passed away, right, that lo and behold, what I always predicted, her in-laws turned against my aunt. And I knew this was going to happen because all right, let's see. Sorry, I'm leaving LAX right now. I feel bad. I feel like I wasted time. And I felt bad. I told him, I was like, yo, I need to get back on the 105, right? I felt bad. I said, you know what? If I was to come out to the DMV and I called y'all and y'all didn't answer my shit, I wouldn't even be mad because I deserve that shit. I really do. Like, I deserve to, you know what I'm saying? But I told them I apologize. You know, I'm gonna make up for it. I'm gonna come out there. I'm gonna visit them, make up for it. But let me tell you the tea, though. Let me tell you what happened. So, okay, cool. I'll get right on 105. I never left from here. I always take the streets when I left. When I leave from here, I always take the streets. Okay, let's see. Hopefully ain't too much. Oh, it's 3 o'clock. Yeah, the traffic will start to pick up. So let me tell you some tea, y'all. So let me tell you some tea. So, okay. All right. So, okay. So they ended up turning against my aunt, and they said it almost came to blows and all that shit. Damn, I wish I was talking to her at the time, but this is something that I predicted a while ago, because if you watch my D&D video, when I told you that when the first time that Mac had went into the hospital in 2019, after we had left from Belize, right, back in 2019, that was the warning. Okay, that was the warning of his mortality. That was the warning. Okay, and when I found out he was in the hospital, I thought that he was going to die then. But he hanged on for three more years. That was 2019. So I remember speaking to my mom on the phone. This is before I cut everybody off. Remember I was speaking to my mom on the phone, right? And I'm like, I said, Mom, and need to be careful. Because at the time, I'm still a little bitter. I ain't gonna lie, I was still a little bitter about, how she allowed him to do whatever. Now I see it on her face. She feel guilty. She feel bad. Now I see it. So I have to give grace. I have to release this shit. I told my mom on the phone, right? I'm like, Mom, and need to be careful, bro. I said, she need to be careful because the moment that nigga dropped dead, this is the warning right here. At the time, I didn't know he was gonna make it or not. I said, and need to be careful because the moment he died, they gonna turn against my auntie because they never really liked us, okay? And it was because of some xenophobic bullshit. Even though my aunt did more for James and his kids, more than she even did for us, and she even admitted it. She did everything for them fucking people, more than anybody else, more than her own kids and her own niece. I told my mom, I said, look, I said, Auntie, need to be careful, yo, because the moment that nigga flatline, they gonna show their face. They gonna show their motherfucking fangs, and it's gonna be a problem. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a nasty fight, honey. I predicted that shit years, y'all, before it happened. Me, Cassandra, the Greek name after prophetess whose warnings are ignored. That's me. Me speak on some shit, don't listen, right? Until it comes to pass. What I pass. And even in my video before I found out that Mr. Flores dead, I said that nigga gonna pay for everything. He died. He's gone. He dead. I don't know when he died, but he dead. His funeral was just within this week. And the day that I talk about him, that must have been the day of the funeral. Who knows? But anyway, I told my mom, I warned. I said, it ain't gonna be good. I said, everybody gonna turn against my auntie. As soon as James passed away, they gonna turn against her. They gonna try to fight her for his estate, his shit. That's the wife. And I told my aunt that, and let me tell you, my aunt told me, she said they all went against her. Even the decent siblings that we did like, right? Like his oldest son and one of his daughters, they were the only cool ones. And then of course, Mel, rest in peace, Mel. Oh my God, such a sweet, sweet boy. I heard he was something else when he was grown, but he would never did me like that, honey. He was such a sweet, sweet person. We talked about Mel as well. That rhymed. That was one of his, like, he raised him as a son and shit like that. He died a couple years ago. 2000. I was crying, boohoo, crying about that one. It was my little nigga though. But everybody turned against him, even the people that was cool, right? Everybody turned against my auntie. My auntie had moved to Cincinnati with her husband, and when her husband passed, when her husband passed away, the oldest son kicked my auntie out of the house. My auntie is an older lady, okay? Because I got old parents and I got old aunts and uncles. They all in their late 60s. Okay? Disgusting. When I heard that, I was just like, she said, yeah, he put me out. And then I caught my flight and I went back to VA and shit like that. And I was like, wow. I was like, Lil James did that shit. Yo, nigga, fuck you. I don't even be on fucking Facebook, but I'm finna delete that nigga. Nigga, fuck you. How you gonna kick out my motherfucking auntie? Nigga, she did everything for y'all niggas, man. She raised bitches' kids. She raised James' daughter kids, little raggedy ass bitch. And I heard she had beef and wanted to come see my aunt. Nigga, shit, we united now. Whatever smoke you got with them, you got with me. Straight the fuck up. Like that. Bitch, she raised your fucking kids, bitch. And then you turn around and had another baby and another fucking baby. She raised your kids and treated her kids better than she treated us. Bitch, what the fuck? Like, girl, la. Bitch. Raggedy ass niggas, man. Raggedy. They never liked my mom. Even though my mom my auntie, they never liked my auntie. Even though she literally catered to them because she loved her husband that James. I said, Anne needs to be prepared for what could happen, so that when, because we didn't know if he was going to get out the hospital. He eventually got out the hospital and he made it another 3 years. But at that time when he was in the hospital in 2019, that was like, go ahead, go ahead. That was like the warning. You feel me? That was like, okay, that was the warning for my aunt to be like, okay, be prepared for what might happen. And let me tell you what happened. So she told me, her and my cousin told me, they said the moment that he was dying in the hospital, nigga wasn't even dead yet. They was like, what we gonna do with the storage? They didn't even. And then when the funeral came, my aunt couldn't even go see her husband. They blocked her from seeing the husband at the funeral. They called. They basically did my aunt wrong and tried to take away whatever that her husband took away. That whatever he or her husband, excuse me, I keep saying my, whatever her husband. I have a feeling they're speaking. Okay, whatever. They probably speaking on the plane. I could feel them speaking on the plane. I think they feel a sense of relief too. I feel relief as well. Okay, so I knew that this was going to happen. So when he passed away, they started going against my aunt, trying to take whatever that he may have left for her. And he told me out his own mouth back in 2017, when I went to go out there to take care of my grandma, who was living there at the time. That's where she ended up ultimately dying a year later. He even told me out his mouth, he said, I'm going to leave everything to Ann, because Ann put up with my shit all these years, and da-da-da-da. He was like, I have everything saved up and everything, because I know that my days is numbered type shit or whatever like that. So I'm going to make sure, my wife is good. I'm going to leave everything for my wife. I heard him say that out of his own motherfucking mouth. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't all bad between me and James, but it wasn't all good either. And that's how it is with narcissists. Sometimes you have really good days with them, and you be thinking that it be giving you some hope and shit, but then they show their things again. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate the moments that I did have, neutral, bad. I got something out of all of it. And he did tell me when I was there in 2017 that he always respected me. Even though he gave me a hard time, he always respected me, because he told me that I was a hard worker and I was a straight shooter, and blah 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 blah. Like, so I can acknowledge certain things. I can't throw the baby out with the bathwater type shit. So okay. So, oh, my damn tire. Oh yeah, I need to pump it up. Pump it up. Pump it up. So yeah, they turned against my auntie, yo, and they tried to, he even said out his mouth he's gonna leave everything to my aunt. So they wanted to take everything away from my aunt, even though she was married to him. She put up with a lot of his shit, yo. She sent him money the whole time he was in prison. Them niggas over there didn't send him shit throughout the 90s, man. That nigga used to have Tang. He used to have Kit Kats. We used to see his boxes. That nigga used to have more food than us in prison. That nigga was living like a fucking king in fucking prison back in the 90s. I used to remember my auntie packing all this nice stuff, and we hardly had fucking food in the house, nigga. This is when she didn't know no better. You feel me? Like, I remember seeing that, like, damn, I wish I want some Tang. I want some Dunkaroos. I want some Kit Kats. You know what I'm saying? I want some noodles. Like, I want some sausages, Vienna sausages. I want that. I'm looking at the box like, dang, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. That nigga, if anybody deserve anything, it's my aunt. When that nigga dropped dead, she need to get everything. She's the wife. She's the next of kin. He wasn't really fucking with y'all like that. And I think they always felt like, and she said that they was like, oh, you took our daddy away from you. No, your daddy took himself away. And your mama pushed him away. Let me tell you about the mother. And I might have said this on other videos. Let me tell you about the mother. The ex-wife used to do a lot of magic and spell work on my Tia since the fucking 80s and the 90s. Because I remember my Tia used to... she used to take me with me when she would go get readings, go get spiritual work done. So I grew up around this shit. Okay. And they got Alabama roots. So, hoodoo. Even though they be like, oh, you Caribbeans and you Africans, y'all be doing this. And nah, bitch, y'all be doing that shit too. Okay? Do it differently. Y'all be doing shit too. I see all kind of motherfuckers in the Botanica. And I was telling them that. I said, girl, I see all kinds of bitches, all kinds of motherfuckers in the Botanica. Like, stop playing. So anyway, So they was like, oh, you took her father away from her. So anyway, the ex-wife used to do all kind of stuff to my auntie, right? She used to have to take spiritual baths. She had to go see people. This is how I started getting familiar with botanicas and stuff since I was a little kid. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Growing up Central American, you know what I'm saying? Like, I used to always go, cause I was always fascinated by that stuff. Okay, I have an eighth house stellium. I'm always fascinated by mysticism and psychology, and what's dark and taboo, and the ugliest part of humanity and stuff like that. All that shit is fascinating to me, right? So I knew even as a young kid I would see that stuff. I would see her, burn frankincense and mira mira. Um, I would see her do spiritual baths. I would come with her to go to the botanicals, to go to people's houses in LA, because we would go to like the Mexican people that read cards and stuff like that. We would go to their house and get readings and shit like that, get spell work, all that stuff. That lady was doing stuff to my auntie. Next, the ancestors took that bitch out. She died, and her family felt some kind of way about it. Okay, his kids or whatever. I think they do stuff too. She taught them stuff too. I know about that. And I told my aunt just now, I was like, yeah, I think they be doing little shit too. I saw. Yeah. I see it. I don't know. So anyway, when she told me that, I said, damn. I said, you know what? I said, I always knew that they were going to do that, because I never felt like they liked this like that. And I said, you were really good to them, sometimes too fucking good to them. And I never really care for them like that. And they just didn't like us. They didn't like us because we were non-ADOS, you know what I'm saying? Which is so fucking silly. I'm noticing that conversation is floating around a lot, and it's kind of, I'm not even surprised, because I always felt like a little microaggression. I don't really care. Like, I grew up like pro-black. I didn't care, because guess what? I was born here and primarily raised here. I was raised in the hood right along with y'all. So I don't get this stupid shit, but I'm glad that motherfuckers are showing their fangs, because apparently my people, apparently we're the fucking scapegoats. We the boogeyman. We're everything that's wrong in Blackistan. It's all our faults and blah, blah, blah. Like, nobody wants to take accountability, but that's another fucking conversation. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about my well-traveled and my cultured black people. I love y'all. I've met some of them, extraordinary people. You know what I'm saying? But there's people within that group that have a hatred towards foreign black people, and it's just weird. And this conversation's been floating around, and I've been seeing stuff on the Instagram and the YouTube, and I'm just like, oh, okay, so you pretty much revealing how you guys always felt. Got it. Okay, that's crazy. Like, we all black. My generation, we had babies with y'all, so y'all come online talking all this shit about foreign black people, but why the fuck you niggas keep fucking us and having babies with us and dating us and marrying us and all this other bullshit? Like, why? You know what I'm saying? But that's another conversation. It's like, y'all come on the internet and act like Blackistan don't exist. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, they just not, everybody's fucking delusional. It's weird. But I think that was part of the reason why the xenophobia, and then also the fact that they felt like she took their father away from them. It was his decision. He got legs, he got a brain, he got a working body at the time, because he dead. He made that decision to leave. Okay? And he even admitted on his deathbed to my cousin, because he always tried to triangulate us with his kids as if his kids were better. And he even told my cousin Jen on his deathbed, I'm sorry, I apologize. You guys were always much better than my own kids, blah, 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 blah. So when people try to triangulate you with aging and dying narcissists, they'll triangulate with you with certain people, and then when it comes down to it, even in their heart, they know it's not true. So basically, you need to like really be careful how you treat people and how you do people. Okay? Because first off, life is too short. And I mean that in both ways. I'm not saying life is too short, you should put up with people's shit though. Life is too short to put up with people's shit. But at the same time, for them on their end, he could have been apologized before he got sick. Why does it you have to wait till you're sick and you're on your fucking deathbed to realize what you did wrong? So they carry this guilt within them. he also died of heart problems. I didn't find out what happened with him. He already had a pacemaker, but then he had kidney problems as well. The kidneys is a filtering system, right? Right. The kidneys is a filtering system. So he held on to a lot of grudges. He held on to a lot of things, right? So those types of things are spiritual, and it just manifests physically. You know what I'm saying? Between him and Mr. Flores, both of them had heart problems that ultimately caused complications to take them out. Okay? So, you know, and then my cousin, what made me reach out to her is because she told me that she had to take a test for stomach cancer and things like that. And I saw she was small. It's like she's starting to look like my grandma every fucking day. And I could see on her face that how apologetic that they were. So now the reading that I did made sense, but there was some bullshit energy. But I think because I knew who they were staying with. They were staying with one of my aunts that I wasn't talking to, and I think that even if I was to meet up with them and had been cool with them, I don't think it would have been a warm welcome from them. So maybe that was the energy I was picking up on. And I think throughout this whole trip, they had time to talk about it and think about it and say, damn, she must be really upset. And I think they really do feel bad. So I think people ultimately, they really do feel bad. And my aunt faced her karma. She thought that it would I don't know if she ever thought that this day would come, but she faced her karma. She faced her tower moment, and it changed her. It changed her, and it made her very apologetic and very sad about it. And I could see the guilt in her face. So I don't want to keep on like. There's no point. There's no point. You feel me? Like I don't want to keep on like I get it. She gets it now. They get it. Now there's some people they don't fucking get it. You understand the emotion in my voice? Some people don't ever get it. Some people cherry pick like narcissists when they dying and shit. Sometimes they narc to the day they die. To their last breath they be narking. Last motherfucking breath. So I pick people because I was my cousin. I'm like, well, how the fuck call me? He could have called me anytime before I started getting sick, and we could have had a conversation that would have made me feel a whole lot better. But ironically, on 2/22/22, there was during that portal. I did this like 3 o'clock in the morning. I called out everybody's name. He was one of them. And I said, I release you, da, 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 I forgive you, blah, 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 for all that you've done, and whatever like that. You may now go. The next day, February 23rd, 2022, he died. So it's been a year since he passed, a year and a few months. Okay, because we're in end of June, so it's been a year and 4 months. Okay, his 1 year anniversary was just a few months ago. So you see how that works out. It's just like when my oldest aunt had passed away. They had a strained relationship because of Mr. Flores, who's now deceased. It was a lot going on. Classism, sexual abuse, psychological abuse, all kinds of shit happened that didn't have to. And she was trying to hold up an image. That's what we spoke about just now. And my oldest aunt had a very strained relationship with her sisters. A lot of crazy shit went down. And she treated certain sisters like shit. Okay. Now I forgive and love my auntie. I know from the other side, I forgive her. I love her. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to smack me up like you did last time a couple of years ago. Anyways, love you too. Anyways, you know, on her deathbed, guess who was surrounding her, taking care of her? Guess who? The ones that she treated the worst. They were there for her to the very last breath, cleaning her up, taking care of her, everything. And she felt guilty at the time. She hugged them. I love you. Why do people wait until they're sick and dying? Do it right now. If you need to be accountable for your actions. And see, black families, yo, hashtag black families. take accountability. Don't wait until you're sick and dying, because what's happening now, and I posted up a short on my community post not too long ago with this lady who's a nurse, and she said that a lot of people are not even giving a fuck about their aging and dying parents, toxic elderly parents and shit like that. A lot of them don't even want to be called when they die, don't even want to be the next of kin or none of that, Ross. None of them, right? Oh, hope you. Oh shit. Okay. Well, you gotta be careful. This person gotta be careful. Somebody stuck right there on the freeway. I guess the car shut down. Poor thing. Hope they'll be all right. But where was I getting at? Oh, so the people that she treated the worst, which was my mom, and my other aunt and stuff like that, they were there with her, wiping her up, taking care of her. And just imagine all that time was wasted of them hating each other and bickering and doing all this stuff back and forth, kids bickering with their kids, all that shit. And then in that chose over my mom and my aunt and stuff, the people that she chose over, they weren't even there for her when she was dying. They weren't even there for her. Do you understand what I'm saying? So this shit happens all the time. Now here, in my generation, two of my sisters, right? And my sisters been wicked to me. I love them from a distance. My sisters were been fucking ridiculous. All my siblings, right? And I forgive them. But all my siblings, they'll never take accountability for how they treated me. So I had to create my own closure in order to move on. The conversation I had with my aunt and them, I can't have that conversation with them. I just know that I can't. But wait until that bitch gets sick, because history repeats. The main people, you feel me? The main motherfucking people. The main motherfucking people that treated that narcissist, the main person that the narcissist treated like shit, those be the ones that be there for them in the end. But let me tell you what the type of shit that empaths are on nowadays, right? Nowadays, empaths is throwing their motherfucking hands up. Just like that video I told you about with that nurse that was saying that a lot of these people don't even want to be next to kin. They don't want to get no calls when they toxic parents. They don't want to take care of their toxic aging parents, because their parents were very abusive and neglectful and things like that. And it's now motherfuckers, the new generation of empaths, they throwing their hands up like, bitch, I'm not finna put up with this. Whoever you chose over me, let them take care of you. Doesn't that lets you know right there how deep the shit really is? That certain family members could be so toxic, your parents could be so toxic that you don't even want to have nothing to do with them when they get sick or when they die. You don't have a shit to do with them. You know? So it's interesting, you know? Some will be very apologetic, but even then, it's just kind of like, nigga, you could have been said something. Like if Mac would have called me and we would have had a conversation, I would have digested the news a little bit better. We got a lot out just now, and I gave them a hug. I apologized, and it felt cleansing. I feel clean. Even when I created my own closure, this was better. This was like the cherry on top of the closure that I created for myself. But now I have more of an understanding, and I got the tea, and now I knew all the things that I had predicted, all the things that I have warned. Everything came to pass, like I said, y'all. Everything came to pass. When my aunt hit that tower moment and those people turned against her in-laws, I think that was when she woke up, and she probably does carry a guilt inside of her. And I hope that by me connecting back with them, I hope that helps to alleviate things. I think it was cleansing for her. They feel better, because if I would have never saw them and they would have flew, that would have hurt their heart, and that would have caused even more of a karmic sludge right there. So the fact that we were able to talk and laugh and hug and say we love each other, it's a beautiful fucking thing. You can get away no goddamn numbers now. So I'm very grateful. I'm very thankful for today. Now I know I've been seeing all these nines and all these numbers. It's making sense now. because I feel like certain things will be unlocked once I was able to really release it. And I feel like Spirit gave me a chance to really release my feelings, because by the time my aunt saw me, she was crying. So I forgive. It feels good. It really does. It's soul cleansing. I'm glad I got my ugly feelings out. I let my shadow self speak. You know what I'm saying? I let my shadowy nuts hang. You know what I'm saying? I let it hang. I talked my shit, and then I came, once I calmed down, I said, okay, let me go there and talk to them in person. Once I went to go talk to them in person, it felt better. And I'm not suggesting everybody do this, because maybe some people, there may be some people in your family or whatever that you can't even talk to like that. Some people have to make up their own closure because their family is are that malignant and that toxic. But I actually was able to have a real conversation with them. And it's not up to me to clock when they get their karma. But now I know it already happened. It already happened. And I'm pretty sure my aunt had regrets. So what's the point in knocking on her head some more? Like, she already got knocked around emotionally and socially. And look how quickly things have turned around, for her. Um, and then I saw my niece and I hugged her and I talked to her, and I'm like, I just told her advice that I wish people would tell me when I was younger. I said, travel the world, baby. I said, don't be in any type of relationship. Don't put relationships as your top priority while you're young. Before you have any kids, go travel, go see the fucking world, go, you know what I'm saying? And I told her about toxic relationships and stuff. If people don't give you the relationship that you want, you drop them, because people will see your potential to be great, and they will try to slow you down in every fucking way possible. So, you know, just, get your education and blah, blah. Because she said something about wanting to move out here to California. Not back, because she's not from here. She a VA baby. She a DMV baby. But she wanted to come out to California and go to college out here. And I told her, I said, your auntie Cassie got you, boo. You know what I'm saying? I got you, and give me a reason to be in San Diego, because I love San Diego. I love the vibes out there. I love San Diego. You feel me? I like it out there. I've been out there once before, and I had a good time. And I drove around, looked at everything. I like it. I like it over there. Um, so they still deal with the other chick. They still deal with her. I don't really mess with her, but like I said, I'm glad that we were able to have a conversation, and I'm blessed to even have had this moment, because it helped me to release. So now I know why I've been seeing the 999. I saw 4 9s on my way over there, but I'm glad that I got this talk, and I let my feelings out, and it's just different. It's different, because I said a whole lot in the text. I just said a whole lot, and after that, I said, okay, now I can see them face to face and talk to them, and just, so I'm glad I was able to do that. And I would have never known that Mr. Flores passed away, and that's crazy. I was just fucking talking about the nigga. Then I also got news that my grandma's gravesite in Belize, in Dalgriga, Belize, that she has that had been fixed. So I got a picture of it. I may post it on my community post. I may not. But I'm glad she got her spot fixed, because that's what I was going to come out there to do. So that's funny, because if I would have came out there, I would have saw that it was already done, because I low key wanted a little mural and shit for my grandma, like a little mural or whatever. And I was going to bring my uncle's ashes and stuff like that, and whoever wanted to include my brother's ashes, whoever had my two brothers' ashes, to put it in there, and then put the cement over all three of their remains, and then do like a little mural. That was kind of what I had wanted to do. Maybe I might still be able to make a little additions, but I'm glad that my beautiful Queen Beck got her a nice grave site. It is beautiful. I got a picture of it. We talked about a lot of things, and the realization that I came to is that we both had the same ideas on certain things. That a lot of people came into our family and did a lot of nasty shit, like a lot of spell work to get us fighting, and then start doing spell work on certain people and getting them sick and dying one by one by one. Okay, I told her straight up. I said, Auntie, the ancestors took Mr. Flores out. And she's like, I know. And we started talking about all the people that got taken out, because all the people that was doing stuff to this family and causing a lot of drama and chaos and discord within the family, they all got taken out by our ancestors. So when I tell you that my ancestors don't play, 'cause I know a lot of people say that, but I'm telling you, grief from the ancestors, they are petty. They'll get you good. You might be able to get away with shit for a little while, but you gonna pay that price. They don't have no problem taking your motherfucking ass out. Even if you're a descendant and you cutting up and you disrespecting them, they will take your ass out. Ask me how I know. They will take your ass out. So you better fucking be careful. You know what I'm saying? Some people ancestors don't play that shit, nigga. They don't. I know mines don't. Mines definitely don't. And there were times where they were very disappointed in their descendants. And they had to make things happen. They had to shift things around, make things happen, make people come to realizations. And I think that's what they did. I think the ancestors brought us together today. And I appreciate them. When I got in the car, had to shed a couple of gangster tears. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm stoic as fuck, but still waters run deep. There's a reason why I am the way that I am. You feel me? You feel the emotion in my voice? There's a reason why I am the way that I am. But I feel so much better now. I really do. I feel so much lighter. Because all the people that done stuff to my family, and like I said, me and my aunt, we talked and we was like, damn, this person got taken out. She was telling me all the people died. I'm like, damn, everybody got, motherfuckers is getting snatched. Certain people that were doing stuff, little distant cousins and all that stuff that was doing stuff because they wanted my grandma's property. And I told my aunt, I said, like, yo, they probably did some stuff to my grandmother to take her out. They did stuff to my Uncle Sam to take her out. And I told my aunt, I said, I remember seeing a lady do some type of hand gesture after coming off from the podium to see my uncle's body. She did some type of shit with her hands. So I believe there was some type of ritual, something that was done. I avoid doing a reading on it. I avoid it, but I finally told somebody how I felt. Whew. I finally told somebody how I felt about that shit. And I told my auntie, I'm like, certain people that passed away in our family, they were taken out because, look, it was over my grandma's property and stuff. Because my grandma got property. She got land, you know what I'm saying, from her husband, from her mom. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting off right here. Central. Anyways, a lot of people got taken out for the spell work that they've been doing. Okay, for a lot of OBL work that was being done because they wanted my grandma's property. So they did magic on her to get her to be blind. Okay, because my grandma's a fucking Aries. She'll give you the shirt off her back, the shoes off her feet. Aries are very sweet people. You didn't have to lie to my grandmother. One of her nephews took her property away from her. And there's some shit going on with that my aunt told me. There's some shit going on with that. They got to try to save the house. Some bullshit going on with that shit. She said she just went back home last month. And that's what's currently going on there. And it's a lot of shit there too. They also took my uncle out too because my uncle didn't play. My uncle's a fucking Leo, nigga. My uncle's a fucking Leo, a real motherfucking nigga. Real nigga. They actually had a desire to go back to Belize. He didn't give a fuck about Belize. He loved him some Chicago though. He didn't give a fuck about no goddamn Belize. He didn't care. I'm not bad, but that's how he felt. I'm just channeling his energy. That's how he fucking felt. He was just like, man, because it will always bring up his past, talking about Uncle Sam is crazy. Da, da, da. Let me tell you something. My uncle was not crazy. Okay. It's just that my uncle's a Leo, right? He born August 1st. And his energy to me was, I think he had a different moon though. He was definitely an air sign moon for sure. But anyway, let me tell you about my uncle. If he care about you, he'll give you the shirt off his back, He will give you his socks, his shoes. He will love you up. He can just meet you, and if he like your energy, he'll give you money. He'll buy you a drink. He'll have your fucking back. Like, you my brother, you my nigga. He'll have your fucking back. That's how. This is old school shit. They don't make them like my uncle no more. You know what I'm saying? These niggas out here, they not on that shit. My uncle came from, he from the old school. Okay, respected ancestors, women, all that good shit. Everybody had their ways too, of course, right? But if you were good to him, he would be great to you. That's how high vibrating Leos are. They're loyalty. Okay, big on loyalty. I don't blame them. They operate from their heart. Big on loyalty. Okay, right? But if you was his enemy, bitch, if you was my uncle's enemy, bad business for you. Just like that movie Safe. Bad business for you. I seen him fight. Bad business for you. Okay? That nigga, he's not playing. He's not playing. So people will try to make you out to be a crazy person, a bad person. I know exactly how my uncle feels, because people make me out to be a crazy bitch, a bad bitch, evil bitch. So, and all I'm doing is defending myself against the ones who are the real villains. Okay? So that was his reputation back home. And I feel like he got taken out because he would have regulated on that ass. Let's just keep it all the way 100. You know what I'm saying? He would have regulated on that ass. He would have had no problem going to Belize, and he only liked to come to Belize. But he would have went to Belize, and he would have went to my grandma's, and he would have threw everybody out that motherfucker. And everybody, like I said, everybody's scared of him, so they would have fucking obeyed. He would have came and regulated, so they had to knock him out of the way. They had to make my grandma blind. They had to, make sure everybody's at each other's necks. The conflict magic, okay, all kind of bullshit. And it was in-laws doing it. What you call it? Distant cousins and stuff that grew up with my aunts and uncles. I don't know them like that. We have a hell of a lot of cousins. Okay, one thing you gotta know about Belizeans is we got a whole lot of fucking cousins, and it's a small country, so everybody's low key connected in a way. It depends on what tribe you are. Garifuna, Creole, whatever. It's like different tribes, by different names. You just go by different family names, but we're all like kind of connected in some kind of way, right? Especially if you're Garifuna. So anyway. Excuse me. Whoa, wait. Down to one notch. Whoa, buddy. So, yeah, they did a lot of stuff. Distant cousins, third, fourth cousins, and all that stuff. They were jealous of my grandmother because my grandma had property. Like I said, she had property and acres and things that were to her, and people would try to come to my grandma. And you know how with Aries is like, because they'll give you the shirt off their back, they kind of like that too. They don't really realize when they have like toxic friends. Their friends take advantage of them a lot. Okay, if you notice that, it's fucked up, but that's what be happening. And and I used to always be like, Grandma, you know what I'm saying? Me being a Virgo, I'm like, Grandma, that, but they always want to see the good in everybody. And they, and in regards to her property, it's still a fight. It's still a fight for it. Because my granny deserved to die in her home. You understand? She deserved to die in her own house. And she didn't get that opportunity. And it's unfortunate. But what's done is done. I learned a big lesson today that I was meant to close out this karmic cycle, because it was a pain that I've been holding for a while. Okay. And it's been something where I had to force you have to force yourself to get closure, because some family members will never admit to what they do. Some narcissists will never admit to it. Even on their dying day, some of them wouldn't, So, I'm grateful. Now I know I've been seeing all the nines and shit. Like, I'm super grateful for everything. And, wow, I feel better. And I got a lot of tea, honey, baby. Dang, I didn't even know that nigga was dead. I was just talking about that nigga. That nigga gone. Man, Mr. Flores, you got a lot of work to do upon the next side, boy. You got a lot of work for them. A lot. Shit. And you got to make it up to everybody that you violated. So think about that shit. Think about when you going out there treating people like shit, doing wicked things behind people's back, doing toxic things. Think about that. Think about when you die, when you're on your deathbed, and you don't have nobody surrounding you because they didn't give a fuck about you, or you have people surrounding you. Everybody that's surrounding you are all the people that you fucked over. Just imagine all the guilt you're gonna feel looking up at all these people that you fucking ruined, and they're standing over there looking at you, and some of them ain't gonna even want to fucking see you or have nothing to do with you. But you're looking around, all these people like, oh my God, I'm sorry, I love you. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Don't wait until you about to fucking croak to apologize. I'm glad that James, aka Mac, I'm glad that he apologized to them. I'm gonna own some of the apology. I'm gonna own some of people, even though he didn't really mention me or whatever. But I'll take it, whatever. But look how he went out, crying, pleading. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Gerald. Is that you, Gerald? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Crying. And then there's me and my generation. Look how my siblings had treated me, right? And this is a heart chakra thing, because both of those men that I mentioned in this video, both got taken out because of their heart. Okay? So it's very symbolic. Very, very symbolic. Oh, I forgot to mention my cousin's ex. I forgot to mention that he has a church down. I'm gonna mention it. I'm gonna mention it when I get on the phone with her, because I'm gonna definitely call to make sure that they got home safe or whatever. Sorry, my nose is like greasy, so my like nose cuffs keep sliding off and shit. But yeah, yo, like I feel good. I feel great. I'm happy that I got this to talk to them about it. And like I said, like I feel like some people, they carry a lot of guilt. Like I kept seeing a lot of readings and stuff, Virgo readings, collective readings, of how people were feeling guilty and people were crying. Now I understand what it was about. Now I see it. I physically seen it, because when it's out of sight, out of mind, when you're not seeing it, you don't care. It's like, that's how I am, like out of sight, out of mind. But once you get hit back up, once you hear about somebody dying or something, it's like you're thrusted to be in each other's space. I don't know if I would ever be able to have the same type of conversation with them, with my siblings, the way how I did just now with my aunt and stuff. They want me to come back to the DMV. They want me to come back. I'm gonna definitely come out there and visit. I don't know if I want to live out there again, but I'll definitely come back out there and visit. I mean, I'm open to it, and shit like that, Um, and yeah, she wants me to come and visit and stuff, because now that I didn't even ask about the other two kids, I'm pretty sure they're not fucking with her either. Damn, I didn't even ask about that. Did they turn against her too? And she raised them too. Ain't no telling. They probably did end up siding with their family. It's crazy. I didn't even ask about them. We didn't even mention them. You see how it is? When you mistreat the wrong people and you give the other people, what I'm saying? Look what happens. Like, but it's all good now. Whew. I feel like I could finally release that now. I don't think I can have that conversation with my siblings like that, and that's okay. So I created my own closure with that. But I do know in my heart of hearts, in my soul of souls, I do know that history does repeat. And my sister, especially my older sister, she's older than me by 3 years. That bitch got a wicked heart. Very wicked, nasty heart. And I have a feeling I will run into her years later and she gonna be the sick one. That's how it's gonna go down. History repeats itself. Every generation it's the same shit. It's the same shit every time. You know what I'm saying? Like, with me and my siblings and stuff, and with my mother, I had to create my own closure with that. Um, I feel like eventually they're gonna want to have a conversation. I think everybody is ready. I think everybody has hit their tower moment. Everybody that has done me wrong, y'all, they hit a tower moment, and they got major reality checks. And like I said, when you're out of sight, out of mind, you don't see it, you don't care. But when it's in front of your face, y'all, when you actually see the guilt on their face, y'all, because that's what I saw today, it's like, whoa. I could tell my aunt went through it with that man's family, but she had to go through it in order to learn. She had to. Everything had to play out the way it did because she had to see it for herself. No matter how many times I try to warn people, like you just got to move out the way and let them see it for themselves. So that's why I came on this video, guys, because the readings and stuff that you guys like, divines, I'm talking to my divines, of course, the readings that and karmics too. Let's all talk. Let's all talk, like, for real, for real. I'm on some different shit right now. Let's all talk about this shit. I'm talking to both of y'all niggas. Like, think about how you treating people. Think about how you moving. Everything gonna catch up to you. Everything gonna catch up to you. I'm telling you these stories for a reason. I learned a huge lesson today. I tried to avoid closing this karmic cycle, but now I'm understanding it. That in order to really unlock the things and get the blessings and stuff in your life, you gotta really let it go. And even if you created your own closure and you know that you'll never get that conversation, that's fine. I'm not speaking to that. Create your own closure and really make peace with it. But today I'm telling you guys that I physically saw it. Some people, they wash their hands completely, but for me, like, I physically saw it. I saw the tower moments. I saw the karma. I see the karma up on. I saw it. And it's different when it's in front of your face. Out of sight, out of mind. I get that. It's different when you actually had that conversation. So if it is plausible and that person see that they did wrong, hear them out. Only if your spirits take to it. Because me, I had no choice. My ancestors made me go see them. And on my way, I'm having doubts, wondering if I should fucking turn around and all that. My ancestor was like, nah, you need to have this conversation. You need to have it. Had my cousin not hit me up and said this was her last day, I would have never, they would have left back to VA feeling worse, feeling really bad. Now I see the hurt. And I also have to take responsibility too for pushing people away. Because I do that. I do that. With a good reason, but they don't always have to be the reason. So I got to check myself too. I do. Real shit. And that's what I'm doing now. That's what I'm doing with this video. So that you guys can see it. I want y'all to see me. The good, the bad, the ugly, I'm never going to erase that shit. So I'm talking to my karmics and my divines, okay? And I'm thinking about things on a soul level. Because now I'm glad that I was able to close that door. I see 2 sparrow. Now I'm finally able to close that door. 3, 4, 5 sparrows. I'm glad I was able to finally close that karmic cycle. So I feel like by me doing this, I feel like I did something major. I did something major just now. For the I think I broke a generational curse, low key. I did. Yeah, real shit. I think I broke a generational curse just now. I feel like I really closed out a major karmic cycle here. everything that I've been feeling, all the anger that I felt, even in the D&D video, you can kind of see it. The feelings I still had, the stuff that I was still harboring, that I tried to run away from it, but I was like, damn, it keeps coming back up. I'm like, all right, fine, I'll say something. Because if my cousin didn't hit me up, we would have never saw each other. I would have never had this conversation. I would have held on to it again. So I'm so fucking grateful. I really could cry right now. I'm trying to hold it in. Because I know I did something for the ancestors today. I did something for the generations today. Whew, child, I'm grateful. It feels good. I feel so relieved. So in order to, now it makes more sense. In order to unlock the blessings, when something big is about to happen in your life, that's when spirit, your ancestors, your spirit guide, that's when they start to test you with certain situations. That's when they start to test you. That's when they come to you and they say, okay, this is about to happen in your life, right? So make your peace right now. Make your peace right now. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna make this worth your while. I know you've been avoiding this and you created your own closure and all this stuff, Divine, but sometimes some situations the ancestors will push you guys to come together. Now, if it's too bad between y'all and stuff like that, even the ancestors could see that. They be like, all right, we get it. We're gonna leave you alone on that. But sometimes they will nudge you so that you can get to the truth, so that you can finally express your feelings, which is what I did. I finally expressed everything. Some people will go through trauma and it makes them worse. It makes them ugly people. They become the people that gave them the trauma. It makes them horrible. It just makes them horrible and bitter. I don't want to be that way. I also feel like I wish I would have had that conversation with them from the first day. So I'll take responsibility for that. But whoever they were staying with, now I know who they were staying with. We wouldn't have got that far because they ignorant. I wasn't ready to talk to them yet. And the cards was showing me they was on some shit. So even if I was to try to talk to them and stuff like that, there was still some little. That's what I picked up on. But I did get the 10 of Cups. I ain't gonna lie, I did get the 10 of Cups all right. But then the cards kept getting bad after that. I was just like, so some people have a problem. Some people got a problem with me. Some people were apologetic and felt regret and wanted to be cool with me. So it's half and half. But I'll take responsibility for that. I'll take that. We could have had this conversation so many times. All this time wasted. We could have had this conversation, God forbid, what if they would have passed away and I would have never known? Damn. Nigga. For real though. What if they would have passed, either one of them, while I was feeling all of this, I would have never gotten this. Yep. So that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like, be mindful how you, like, for the karmics, like, be mindful how you treat people. We get it. You hurt. We was hurt too. You faced trauma, nigga. We faced it too. We faced the same shit. We just went about it different ways. Some of us didn't want to be the people that gave us the trauma, and then some of y'all turned into the very same people. Be careful how you do people. That's all I want to say to y'all. Be careful how you do people. Right now, it seems fun to be so malignant and ignorant and nasty. And be mindful of the things that you do and you say to people, because it causes a rippling effect in their lives. And you're going to have to answer to it when you die. You're going to have to answer to it when you're on your deathbed. You're going to have to answer to it. Everything that you've done to people. offline, online, it don't matter. We talking about energy here. Everything that you've done, all the nasty energy that you put out, you are gonna have to face it. I eliminated negative karma. I healed a generational curse partially with this situation here, because now I don't feel no animosity towards them anymore. I feel clean. I don't feel no animosity towards Mr. Flores. I don't feel no animosity towards James. May they both rest in peace. Because whatever got them acting the way that they acted and the ripple effects that they've caused, all that bullshit, they had an origin too. Narcissists, they got a story too. They got an origin too. Karmics got a story too. They got an origin too. Now that they're on the other side, all that stuff is gone. They're just a soul. So I wish them the best on their soul journey, and that they rectify as much as they can on the other side, because they got a lot of work to do. I forgive them. Now that I know that you dead, nigga, I forgive you for what you did to Uncle Sam. And I hope that y'all meet each other on the other side, my nigga. When you see Uncle Sam on the other side, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Make peace with my uncle on the other side, nigga. And I'd like to think that they did that. They probably did. Because I know my uncle was waiting for that ass at the gates. I know he was waiting. I know my uncle, yo. I know that nigga was waiting for his fate at the end of the gates. As soon as that nigga crossed over, mop! All right, now we can talk. Now we can be cool now. But I gotta mop your ass a little bit, nigga. I gotta put hands on you. You feel me? I know my uncle was waiting for that nigga. I know my auntie was waiting for that nigga. A lot of motherfuckers. I'm pretty sure his family was waiting for him. But I know I know my auntie was waiting for him, and I know my Uncle Sam and my grandma. They was all waiting for that ass, baby. And they got their licks and they jumped that ass when he crossed over, bitch. And then you make peace. Gone. Do your thing. Because you got a lot of fucking work to do, Mr. Flores. Upon the next side. Same thing with James. I'm glad that he at least apologized at his deathbed, but he could have been did that shit. Because he was, I'm not gonna lie, James was cherry picking who he wanted to say sorry to. He was. He was cherry picking who he was trying to say sorry to, and then certain people want, just because he called you, now you want to be the poster child of forgiveness and all this other shit. I remember I got mad at one of my tears, because I'm like, he didn't even do you as bad as he did us three. And that's why I told my aunt and my cousin just now, I'm like, if anything, he should be apologizing to us three, and of course my aunt, like, apologize to us, because you gave us the most abuse, nigga. Like, you gave us the most shit. So if anything, you apologize to us. But you know, I got that tidbit that he did apologize or whatever. And you know, it is what it is. So you know, I wish them both well on their soul journey. As for the other people in my life that I haven't spoken to, what do I have to say to you? I don't hate you. Even people that I fell out with, you know, even my mom's side and my dad's side of the family, I don't hate y'all. I don't hate you guys at all. I don't care how you feel about me. It's none of my business. I know how you feel about me. I don't give a fuck. I don't hate y'all. I love y'all from a distance. I'm probably not going to be able to have certain conversations with you, but I've created my closure within that, and that's fine. Because I won't be able to have this moment that I just had now with everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go on a whole tour trying to, because I know it's not going to be, not everybody's is, some people are able to suppress their guilt and still, you know, they're so malignantly narcissistic that they really can't see it, you know? But I feel like people can change. Even narcissists can. It really depends. It depends on how much tower is in their life. It depends on certain things that happen. But I do feel like narcissists are conscious of what they're doing. Secretly, they're very conscious of what they're doing. Toxic codependence, all that stuff. It's the same shit. Same thing with them too. They realize that they facilitated things. They allowed things to go on. And it felt good. It felt good saying it to my aunt that the things that I went through growing up, kid, adolescence, teen, whatever, the things that I went through, it affected my relationships with males, with women and men. It affected my romantic relationships because I never seen a positive, healthy marriage. I always seen black women trying to struggle to keep together this image that really didn't exist, try to keep up a marriage to a guy that just wasn't that guy. I never seen a positive marriage. I just seen struggle, and I thought to myself, I said, "Damn, That's what we supposed to do. Is that my destiny? Is that all the black girls' destiny in Blackistan is to just suffer and struggle with a guy and just go through the pain, and then everybody pat you on the back? Oh, you're a good nigger, bitch. Oh, you was down for him when he was nothing, and you was a good woman. You know what I'm saying? It's like it never pays off in the end. You know what I'm saying? Like women that went through this shit, like they get fibroids, they get high blood pressure, all kinds of stuff. This stuff manifests physically because you're in a toxic environment for so long. Your mental health, it takes a toll on your mental health. Like it's just a domino effect with everything. So I was glad I was able to tell my aunt, like it affected me in ways that I didn't want to admit to till just now, right in front of you while I'm here. So I feel like she finally heard me out because I felt like she didn't listen to me for a long time. And it's usually always like that. You know, people would plot against me, do certain things, and then years and years later they see me and they be feeling so bad. They know they could have went about things better. They know they could have been better. They know they could have been different. So I don't ever want, I don't ever want to hold grudges like that again. Like I can't hold that shit. And I used to be good for that shit, holding grudges and shit. That shit'll kill you. I'm telling you that now. That shit'll fucking kill you. Let that shit go. Anybody that I beef with, I don't hate you. Anybody that I fell out with, whether I know you personally or not, whether you my family or not, I don't fucking hate you. Because what's really sad is that you hate yourself because you never really had a problem with me. You had a problem with you, and you made it my problem. You know what I'm saying? I can't help that people create an enemy out of me. It's fine, but I understand the deeper meaning behind that shit. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no beef with you. I don't hate you. You know what I'm saying? I forgive you. I forgive everybody that I fell out with just now. At this moment right now, I release all y'all niggas. Everybody that I had fallouts with, drama with, whatever shit that y'all did to me behind the scenes, that shit is gone. It's all gone. It's all washed away. I let it go. You can hold that. You can have that. Whatever you feel against me is none of my business, not my responsibility. It's not my dirty laundry to sort out. I'm going to give it all back to you. You can have it. You can have it. Because I'm going to let my ancestors take care of everything. Because from what I've heard, they've been taking motherfuckers out. Pow, pow, pow. They've been taking niggas out. I got confirmation that my ancestors been taking niggas out for years, moving motherfuckers out the way. Now people ain't as toxic as they used to be. Ever since I grew, grew spiritually, I don't have certain family members, my siblings, certain people coming at me like how they did to me back in 2008, 9, 10, 10, 15 years ago. I don't have them. They don't come at me like that like they used to. Times have changed, y'all. The people that fucked us over and shit like that, the narcissists, sociopath, times have changed. Everybody facing towers, nigga. Everybody's facing towers. I got confirmation of it just now. Do I feel good about it? Nah. Depending on who it is. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. Depending on who it is. Some people I don't give a flying fuck. I'll flick my bean to it. I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Nah. But when I seen for them to see that, I no longer feel nothing towards them. I don't feel nothing negative towards my aunt no more. I can finally release that. Now I don't have to talk about that. I don't have to feel that anymore. I feel nothing but compassion and love. And even for the karmics in my life, thank you. Because you guys showed me who I was. Because I was in denial of who I was. I was suppressed for a long time. So thank you for showing me whatever that you don't like about me. Thank you for showing me that it wasn't really necessarily a bad thing. Because it keeps me sharp. Just like I said in my last video, it keeps sharp. My inspiration, I might post that up. It keeps me sharp. I was just talking about that yesterday. You gotta appreciate your enemies. I absorb my enemies on some Shang Shung shit. You feel me? I absorb my enemies. Okay. I think I'm grateful for them. I have gratitude for them because they showed me things about myself I did not know. They showed me that I was a lot more stronger than I thought I was. They showed me I'm a lot more powerful than I thought I was. Because if I wasn't, you wouldn't be picking at me, right? You wouldn't be worried about my ass. If I wasn't shit, you know. So, I release everything. You know what I'm saying? So whatever type shit with it. Like I release y'all. Whatever y'all got for me, I don't care. I don't feel no type of way. I just speak my mind. That's what I do. I speak my motherfucking mind. If I see some bullshit, I'm gonna speak on it. It is what it is. I don't hate you. I don't fucking know you bitches. I don't know y'all. And then even for the people that I do personally know, the people that I fell out with, my family and all that stuff, the people I don't deal with, I don't hate y'all. It's just a simple fact that I love me more. I love me more. And I had to remove myself. One day you'll see the light. I can't clock that. One day, people will get their karma. We can't clock that. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that you guys are able to learn something from this video. I hope that you guys are able to see and hear the emotion in my voice of how, and this is not sadness. This is happiness. This is me breaking a generational curse here, partially. This is unprecedented. This is true karmic completion in progress, happening right fucking now. And I feel like I unlocked a new level. And now I'm ready for the good things to come in my life. I've been ready for a long time. So, peace to my way Naga, my ancestors. I love y'all. Thank you for giving me this moment. I'm so appreciative right now. I'm glad I got it all out. And I looked at her face as I did it, and it felt good saying it. And seeing her face and shit. You feel me? It did something. So I'm just grateful. I'm so like wow about everything. So I don't really feel no type of way towards nobody. I'm good. I feel clean. I'm good. I feel like I feel like I unlocked a new level for real. And I feel like I really have. And I feel like they feel a lot better too. I feel like they feel a weight lifted off their shoulders because I'd probably been thinking about this for a long time. She probably been thinking about me. I've been feeling their thoughts. I've been feeling a lot of stuff from people lately. A lot of changes with all the planetary climates and all the things I was listening to, all the readings, astrological forecasts, and like they were explaining how changes were going to shift. Things are going to shift with people. People were going to face a lot of tower moments. People are going to be facing a lot of karma in their lives, and the last will be first, and the first will be last, and all this stuff. All of this stuff is I was able to physically see it. It's different when you're hearing about it and you did your own closure and you're just out of sight, out of mind. It's different that way versus you actually seeing it in progress. You actually witnessing narcissists and toxic codependents, sociopath, karmics, whatever you want to call it. But it's interesting when you see them go through this shit and you see it in their face, you see it in their aura. So I blessed them with a hug. You feel me? I was very, I protect myself too much. That's got to be my Saturn and Scorpio. I protect myself too fucking much. I know I need to check that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect. Because for me, like, it's kind of like a seesaw of, okay, some days I'd be like, oh, I forgive you. It's no big deal. And other days I'd be like, fucking bitch. I remember that motherfucker. Yeah, fucking bitch. Oh, fucking. I would do that, right? But I don't feel that way towards my aunt and my cousin, and even my other cousin that he not talking to me or anything like that. I forgive you too, Jerry. I'm gonna say your real name. I forgive you. I know I know the pain that you feeling, bro. Real shit. I think that what it was, and I told my aunt, my cousin, I think what it was with Gerald. I think what it was with him is that me and him was both the scapegoats at the time. I told him to his face. I said we was the scapegoats at the time, and it was better when I was, misery love company type shit. It was better if we was going through being mistreated together. But I think what it was is that because I was the main scapegoat. Okay, I was the main one. Okay, and he was one too, but I was the main one. They always got one that they drag on the most. Um, we were both the scapegoats, and I feel like what happened with him and me is that it could have been some other stuff, but he was being phony on Facebook anyway. And that's why I was just talking about that not too long ago. That a lot of people were phony towards me on Facebook, and I stopped using Facebook after a lot of motherfuckers was phony. And when I would speak on it, then they would try to silence me or shame me or come in my inbox and try to have these fake conversations when they know in their heart they wrong and they don't give a fuck and they mad because I'm saying it. It's bothering them that I'm saying it. They just want me to shut up and take it, I guess. Whatever. He was acting funny on Facebook too. So I kind of like when I have to talk shit just to get your attention, like it's stupid. Like I have to not really talk shit, but I have to really like speak my truth and say how I'm feeling in order for you to fucking respond. Because we only respond with black families. They only respond to negativity. They don't respond to positivity. When you say you love them and you try to talk to them, you trying to plead with them, they don't give a fuck about that. We do not take accountability for our actions. Black families, this shit is rough, man. And it affects us. It affects how we fucking treat each other in every other settings. It affects a lot. Whether we want to admit it or not, it does. It really fucking does. I think that what he had against me, y'all, is that we were both the scapegoats and I left to California and he got it bad after I left. And I think he held it against me. And that's what I told him. I think he held it against me. Like, you should have been there with me, bitch. You should have been there with me so we could weather the storm, the James storm together. You feel me? But when I left, they went in on that nigga even fucking more. And I think he held a resentment towards me. But little did he know was when I came back out to California, a bitch was getting dragged and emotionally hazed. I was getting dragged too. So it's like, and that's what I told them, my aunt and my cousin and stuff. That's what I told them. I said, when I moved back out to California, I thought everything was going to be all good. I get back with my siblings again, my mom, my dad's side of the family. Hey, it's cool. Yay. And it wasn't like that. Okay. On one side, on my mom's side, I went from the frying pan and into the fire with gasoline thongs on. You know what I'm saying? I went through a lot with them. Still, and it hurt me so bad, y'all. It just like, and I got so jaded, I got so numb and overprotective over myself. And now I'm realizing I got to check that shit. I'm real enough to look within myself and take accountability. Yes, I can be a total fucking bitch. Absolutely. And I'm not going to use my childhood or what I went through as an excuse, but I can sit here and honestly say, yes, I do hold grudges because I be thinking about the things that I went through and how I didn't deserve it. And that's the part that gets me. Like, I'm fine most of the time. I'd be like, oh, I'm forgiving everybody. I'm cool, whatever. I'm good on it. But then every now and then those feelings would dredge up in the back of your mind, especially if there's something going on telepathically or mystically, especially certain things that are happening with the planets. It's like it comes back up again. Like, are you sure you're over it? It comes back up again. It's like, so I'm grateful to get this type of closure because this means that I've healed. You know what I'm saying? I healed. I'm healing. I healed something. I'm healing my past and whatever past life stuff that we had. Me and my aunt and my cousin, I'm pretty sure they weren't my cousins in past life. Whatever stuff that we had in our past life, that's all washed away today. This is unprecedented. This is beautiful, you guys. I'm literally like inside, I'm crying tears of joy. I'm crying tears of fucking joy. You can hear the emotion in my voice. Like, I'm very fucking grateful. And I hope that you guys, my divine collective, and even for the karmics out there, I hope that you will be able to experience what I experienced today. Because it's so fucking beautiful. I think that's what you need, divines and karmics. This is what you need. I'm not going to berate you. about how fucked up you are. I think you know that. It's time to fucking heal. If you don't, you gonna get left behind. Stop racking up more negative karma, my nigga. Like, I'm telling you right now, what I experienced today was powerful. And I'm grateful and I'm thankful that I had this moment. So I'm looking at things more differently now. And I don't feel no kind of way towards them. Everybody that I fell out with, everybody that, my mom said, my dad. So let me tell you about what happened when I came to California. Like I said, little did my cousin Gerald know that when I got to California, I went through so fucking much with my nuclear family, my siblings and stuff like that. And then even on my dad's side, I had to deal with a lot of stank attitude. I told you guys this, those who've been following my channel. And I explained to them, and I said it was because I look so different from my brothers and sisters. I honestly feel like the reason why I was treated a certain way on my dad's side is because they thought I was a daddy's maybe. They think that Conrad isn't my dad, and they kind of like low key express that. Like, that's how they felt subconsciously. Like, she looks so different from the rest of the other kids. Like, you could see from the other kids that they either look like the mama or the daddy, but I don't look like my mother or my father. Okay, but that's still my daddy. That's my papa. My daddy, that's my soul daddy. So whether he's my father paternally or not, maybe there's something deeper about that. Maybe I've been treated a certain way because maybe I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be thinking about shit like that. I've been thinking about that. Like, because maybe I'm a daddy's maybe. You know what I'm saying? Because I really don't look like any of my brothers and sisters. So maybe I look like a distant, even if he is my father, right? It's like, I don't give a fuck. He's my daddy. But even if he wasn't, it's like he's still my soul. He's still my soul father. And then it would also explain a lot of things if that was the case. It would explain why I've been treated the way that I've been treated. Maybe it's just some type of family secret. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just never know. You just never know. But my father is definitely my soul father. And I told my cousin and my auntie that, like, he been there for me. Like, people that didn't really help me, that sabotaged me, stuff like that, my father was always there. Father's Day just passed. I'm trying to get in contact with him. I sent him a couple of texts. I think he either lost his phone or his phone cut off or some shit. So I don't know what's going on. I gotta see what's going on with him too. But you know what I'm saying? I think that's what it was with Gerald, but he don't understand that I was going through the motion. You went through a lot of stuff, and I heard about it, and I cried when I heard about that shit, the stuff that you went through. I understand, but it was just kind of like he held it against me that I wasn't there to weather the storm with him. But I was going through a hurricane where I ended up moving to, and I had to face the facts. Guess what? They're not fucking with you like that, Cassie. They're not. I had to deal with being treated like a daddy's maybe, and that was what people felt for me subconsciously. 555. Oh, 5555. Oh, 4 fives. There go the elote lady. I love all my vendors. They be working hard out this motherfucker, man. Um, you know, so I think that's what it was with him. But I don't feel no way toward my cousin. I love my cousin. I love everybody. I don't wish bad upon nobody. Will I talk my shit? Hell fucking yeah, I'm gonna talk my shit. Yep, I sure will. Especially if I'm thinking about something that I went through and I know in my heart of hearts I didn't deserve it. It's like, but whether you take responsibility and accountability for how you treated me or not, it's all good. I love you. I love you. I forgive you. And I release you. Because, to be honest, minus all the affiliations, if you really cut it all down, we all just souls around this motherfucker, and we all learning. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good. I feel no type of way towards anybody that has any transgressions towards me, whether you want to admit it or not. whatever, I don't care. Like I'm releasing that also. I don't care. You know, when you know that your heart is clean, you shouldn't care about stuff like that. You know, when if you've gone through narcissistic abuse and you feel like the person that mistreated you and shit, when you feel like they not getting a karma. 'Cause I remember I did a video that you guys should check out that says that just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. I spoke to that. I spoke about narcissistic families. I spoke about closure and spoke about social media, all that stuff, and the suffering, the social media depression, and all that stuff, the suffering, the anxiety, the CPTSD that you go through, and then you're seeing the narcissists just living a good life. Trust and believe it's not what you think. Look beyond the surface. It's not what you think. A lot of them are suffering right now. They're going to try to save face, but you got to think, I would never want to be them. I would never want to be the narcissist, because that's so much torture you got to go through. I would never want to be a toxic codependent either, because that's a lot of guilt to carry. So I hope that by me, forgiving and making peace with my aunt, that cleansed her soul too. That cleansed my cousin's soul too. And then I'm also saying this to her son as well. So I hope that his soul is cleansed too, that I'm extending my love towards him right now, because, this shit is real. Trauma is real. Mental illness is real. It's real. It's as real as it gets. You know what I'm saying? And I love my mental awareness, mental health awareness community. You know what I'm saying? I always drag the people that I see potential in the most, because, like, bitch, nigga, you should fucking know better. So I'm gonna drag you a little bit more, but it's all love. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Virgo. I'm a lover and a fighter. I will beat the fuck out of your ass, but I will also pick you up, and I will be like, "Are you ready to talk now?" I will love you up. I will beat you down, and I will love you up. That's what we do. We will beat you down, and we will love you up. For real. Even after I beat your ass, I will still help you up, and we could talk about it. We could break bread. We can make peace and go our separate ways and be cordial. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to hold no motherfucking grudge, but I'm not going to allow myself to be disrespected. You know what I'm saying? And you shouldn't allow me to disrespect you either. So let's find some common ground. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody that's willing to make peace with me right now, this would be a good time. See, usually when I get around Leo season and Virgo season, those are like my favorite. I love fucking August, September, and October. Those are my favorite months of the year. August, September, October. Fucking beautiful months. I love that month of the year. And I also like February because it'd be tax season. Ow. You know what I'm saying? But I love August, September, because that's when my vibes are high. You know what I'm saying? That's Leo season going to Virgo season. And then, like me, I have residual Leo energy because I'm born in August, right? And August. And I also have a Leo stellium as well, right? In the 8th house, Leo stellium, right? And so I love Leo season. I love Leo season. It's a beautiful season. I love it because of the Lionsgate and all that stuff. Every time I do my Lionsgate ritual, I just have immense luck around Leo season. I really do have immense luck in August. August is my favorite month, obviously, because that's where I bond August. You feel me? So that's when I have the best luck. That's the best time. I mean, I could be a bitch all year round, but when August, September, and October come, that's like the best time when I'm in a good mood to make peace with me, break bread with me. Any other time I wouldn't give a fuck. But now things have changed officially today. If anybody want to make peace, I'm willing to hear you out. If anybody, that's my stomach grumbling, sorry. If anybody want to make peace with me, if you truly in your hearts of hearts want to break bread with me and be genuine, be real, and you ready to take accountability as I am as well, okay? If you're willing to make peace with me, I'm gonna give you the floor. I'm gonna give you that. Anything else, don't fucking come to me. Don't do it. Don't fucking do it. All right, this go for anybody. Anybody. You understand? If you're willing to make peace and break bread and come and we have a meeting of the minds and make peace, I'm cool with that. I'm good with that. I'm doing this even before my lucky month, my lucky seasons, okay?
No.
Before Leo and Virgo season, which is usually the time where I'm in a good mood. You know, So I'm a month early. I'm a couple of weeks early. So I'm starting to feel that energy. So if you want to make any type of peace, we could be on a clean slate. You go your way, I go my way type shit. Okay? That's the offer that I'm giving right now. Other than that, I'm gonna create my own closure. You stay the fuck out my way. Don't come at me on no bullshit. Cause like I said, I will love you up, but I will beat your ass. I will beat you down. I don't have nothing personal against nobody. I just love myself more. I respect myself more. I'm not gonna take disrespect from anybody. And if you're used to people taking disrespect for you, you're not gonna like me. So, and then that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But I think that we need to have a meeting of the minds. We need to have a common ground. Karmics don't have to stay karmics forever. Karmics can upgrade, just like divines can downgrade. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on what you do. You know what I'm saying? So if you're willing to upgrade yourself, make peace and stuff like that, then you get another notch on your belt. You get the weight lift off your shoulders. Trust me, it's a good feeling because I feel great. You know. So, anyways, guys, so I'm gonna get up on out of here. I'm gonna get back in the house. I feel so happy. Right now they're in the plane and they're going to VA. I feel low key feel bad because like I could have like I said I really could have just talked to them, but I was so nervous and anxiety and building up. I didn't know what type of shit they was gonna be on because I felt like my aunt was upset that I didn't call her. I felt that from her, and I apologized, and she forgave me for it. I felt bad. I said, "Damn, sorry. I feel so bad. I should have never wasted my time, just kind of just thinking, thinking from a hurt place. You know, thinking from a hurt place and not getting any resolution." And in creating closure, but then like relapsing and then creating closure, it's like an ongoing process. You know, a healing journey is an ongoing journey. It's not going to be like, up, I'm all fully healed. You know, a healing journey, it's you're going to have days where you relapse. You're going to have the best days and you're going to have the worst days. Even after you feel like you've made it really far, in which we've all have made it far spiritually, you'll still have a dark night of the soul every now and then. Sometimes some things will just hit you, especially when it comes to like death in a family or it comes to sickness or certain things that happen, like tower moments that happen. It's like it forces you to revisit it back again. Even when you try to suppress it and get over it and whatever, you try to force yourself to forgive whatever. It's like it'll still push you. Some more vendors here, but there'll be situations just like what happened to me today where where you're forced to close that karmic cycle face to face. You're face to face with the people that have hurt you, and now you're seeing the hurt on their face because they know now. And I saw it physically in front of me, and it did something to me. And all of a sudden, it's like, why was I holding this grudge? Why all of a sudden it's just like, okay, it's time to let that go because everybody has a reason why they are the way they are. That's why I don't have no hate towards anybody that I had an argument with or run-ins or beef with, because I know that it's not really you, it's to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? It's your defense mechanism. All it is when you beef with somebody, it's your defense mechanisms clashing. And I go hard on certain people because I know that I see their potential, yo. I see that they hurt. I know that they hurt. I know they hold grudges like me. I know they got a fucked up attitude like me. That's why I be going extra fucking hard, because I know that you know better than that. You understand what I'm saying? So if I gotta drag you a little bit, I will. But it's all love at the end of the fucking day. Please know that. Even if I talk shit about you, it's all motherfucking love at the end of the day. Because I'm gonna defend myself, nigga. I'm never gonna stop doing that. I'm gonna fucking defend myself all night, all day strong, all day. What it called? Uh, all day strong, all day long, bitch. I'm gonna defend myself. That's how it's gonna go down. Period. But that don't mean I have any hate towards you, because really motherfuckers be creating an enemy within me and creating all this bullshit. I don't have enemies. You feel me? Like, I got people that want to audition to be my enemies. I got people that created enemies within me, but I don't have no enemies. I don't have no enemies. The only enemy I probably had was myself, because I drag myself all the time because I know I could do better. And when I see the potential in other people and I see that, and I see that they're squandering it away with their fucking ego, yeah, I'm gonna fucking go hard on you. Absolutely. But like I said, yo, like it's all love at the end of the day. I don't fucking, you know what I'm saying? Especially with these bitches on this platform. I don't fucking know y'all niggas. I don't know y'all bitches. I don't know y'all. But either way, if you beef with me, you gonna learn something about yourself. And I'm gonna learn something about myself. A couple things. You gonna learn a couple things. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it is. When you have a clash, it's a way for you to have a meeting of the minds to understand each other, and you learn things about yourself that you didn't know. Go when you really listen to a karmic and listen to them talk to you about stuff, about how they made you feel. Like if you had like a karmic that was just like, okay, I'm gonna just tell you what straight up, this is my true feelings, ego aside, this is my true feeling. Then you will see divine. You'll be like, damn. So you really didn't have a problem with me. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know, like people will attack your talents and they'll attack certain things at you, but that's actually stuff that they wish that they could have. But we get so caught up in how they're saying it to us and whatever like that, which is natural. We get so caught up in the way that they go about things with us that we don't really see it. But when you actually think from their point of view, it's like, damn, I could have been like that karmic. I could have been like that karmic easily. I could have easily been like that karmic and just start lashing out at everybody, being a total bitch, being cold to everybody. I could have easily been that, but I wasn't, you know. And they every time they look at us, they see that they could have done better. We both went through trauma, we just went about it differently. But they're looking at us and they seeing that, damn, you're still a good person, and I'm still a shitty ass person. And it makes them feel inadequate. It makes them feel resentful. And that's the reason why they do what they do. So karmics, I understand. I understand you. Okay? I understand you. I don't look down on you. I no longer look down. I will talk my shit, but it's like I at the end of the day, underneath all that bullshit you talking, I know that you a soul. I know that you a hurt fucking soul. And I'm gonna talk my shit to make you see shit, but I don't hate you. Please understand that. I don't hate you. I don't have to do nothing to you. Like I said, my way you know, my ancestors, they don't play. I don't have to do nothing. I just got to sit back and go like this and put my feet up, and they're going to take care of everything. See, I think I might have been fighting or traveling or using my arms a lot in the astral realm, because all this right here, I feel like I've been doing lifting, and right here, I feel like I've been doing a lot of punching. That's what I feel. I don't know. I don't remember all of my dimensional travels and astral travels, but I definitely feel like I was doing a lot of this. I can feel it, because all this right here, yeah, you feel me? I be fighting. So I've been feeling their energy, my cousin, these past couple of days, and you know, my spirits is talking to me like, man, I don't, you know, maybe you should have this conversation with them. Don't avoid it no more. This is your chance. We about to unlock some blessings for you. You need to have this conversation. I know you don't want to have it, but you're not going to regret it. We're going to push you towards them, and you're going to have a karmic completion. We need to heal this. So I feel like I've healed some things. I feel like through my aunt too, and through my cousin, it's the same thing. They're being healed, because we all just souls going through shit, and some of us deal with it in different ways, and we all just clash because of our coping mechanisms. And you know what I'm saying, some of us use our privileges against each other, some of us use our lack of privileges against each other, some of us virtue signal and play the victim, some of us, you know what I'm saying, try to avoid playing the victim so much that we don't even admit that we are victims. And so if you don't admit that you're a victim, you're going to victimize other people and not give a fuck about you victimizing them. So it's like a vicious cycle, and it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's just too much karmic sludge. I don't want that on me. I don't want to feel negative about anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll talk my shit. Like, I'm gonna talk shit, but it's like, I don't feel nothing for you. You know what I'm saying? There's some people out there, I don't feel no love for them, but I don't feel no hate. Like, they're just there. Like, you're just there and I'm here. Okay. I don't feel nothing for them. All right. But overall, I got love in a chokehold. Right now, overall, it's like, you're a soul, I'm a soul. I get why you are the way you are. I get why you feel about me the way that you do. It's all good, whatever. It's all whatever. One love and whatever. Yeah, you know, peace, whatever. Live long and prosper. You know, like, it don't have nothing to do with me, because it's on a deeper soul level. It's really them. They don't have a problem with y'all. You thrived. They took you through the ringer. The narcissist took you through a ringer, and you thrive. And every time they look at you, they gotta look at you and see that you survived without them, because they couldn't even deal with a fraction of what they've done to you, right? So at the end of the day, you as a soul, I am a soul. I still have compassion for it, even if I'm not fucking with everything else that's around it. All the layers that are on top of it. Once you break all that shit down, you are a soul. So I'm gonna need black families, and I'm talking about globally black. I'm gonna need black families to really take a look at what's going on with our people. Really, for real. I hate to make this a race thing, because this message is for anybody. I love everybody. But I want to also say specifically to black families, I don't care if you ADOS, not ADOS. I don't give a fuck about that shit. Nigga, we's all connected. We all gonna be fucking and sucking. I'm sorry. We all gonna be procreating with each other. 50 years from now, all that little stupid ass fucking conversation that we have ain't gonna mean shit. I swear to God, it's not gonna mean shit. 50 years from now, we just gonna have a new term or something like global black, because we're all blending into each other. No matter what, we're all blending into each other. As long as I'm living in the States, I'm blending in. We're all blending in. We're all becoming one people. You know what I'm saying? But I want black families to know, global black families, all black families, that we need to look at how we treat each other. Look at it. Look at the ripple effects. Look at the shit that is happening to us mentally. We do not take any fucking accountability. Let me not say we. The black community don't take any fucking accountability. They get online and they act like it's not a big deal, like it's not a problem, and they make so much excuses. We have to learn how to not react so much, not be so quick to lash out and stay in perpetual victimhood. It's time to release it and let it go. Let it go on both sides. Let it go. There's accountability needs to be taken. A lot of people are giving up on the black community and walking away because no matter how much you try to explain it to niggas, they just don't get it. And I'm going to talk my shit. But at the end of the day, underneath that black shit, underneath that race, you are a soul. You are a soul. I am a soul. Underneath all of that, you chose to hold grudges. And me, I no longer choose to hold grudges. But I really feel like black families need to keep it real about the psychological and the mental damage that they have done. Okay, we need to keep it real. The narcissism within the black community is absolutely nasty. It is horrible. The sometimey selective morality of black people is disgusting. It is so malignant. It's weird. Nobody takes black people seriously anymore. We do not take each other seriously anymore. We don't even listen to each other, and we get mad when other races don't fucking respect us because we don't deserve it. Most of our people are gone. I can still love your ratchet ass, like a ratchet community or whatever type of black that you are, all black, ratchet, whatever, conservative. I still have compassion for people, compassion for your soul. But everything else that's around you, all that stuff, I don't have to put up with it. A lot of people are, I would say black women, right, leaving, everybody talking about divestment. To me, it's not really a dating thing when it comes to divestment. To me, it's a spiritual thing. It's unplugging from the natrix. Yeah, I called it the natrix. Natrix. Get into my terminology. But it's called unplugging from it. It's called loving yourself more. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's called. Divestment is a mental thing. It's a spiritual thing. Now, the name has been salted up and tainted and rephrased and all this other shit. It's like, I don't want to pay attention to the communities that these names are attached to, because they got their shit going on too. And I don't even want to get into that can of worms. Okay. I don't even want to get into that can of pig feet. Okay. So realize for black families that go through narcissistic abuse and psychological and emotional abuse and stuff, financial abuse, whatever you call it. You guys, this is time for us to heal, bro. And if you don't, you're going to get left behind. You need to pay attention to how, to the ripple effects, to the way that you affected people. It's just nothing but like abusive people hurting people over and over. I don't want to say hurt people because it's kind of like I've been hurt. I don't go around hurting people. You know what I'm saying? So when I see people doing that shit bugs me. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's why I be dragging people the way that I do, because it's like I see you. I see you and I see you. I see you. Like, get your fucking shit together. Forgive yourself. Forgive whoever, whatever. Get yourself together. I know it's easier said than done. Trust me. I'm like the queen of holding grudges, nigga. I am. Miss Jaded, 2023. That was me. That's me, right? And even I am learning a major lesson. Even I am checking myself right now. I just feel like the black community black families lack accountability. And I think I think some people they're facing a lot of tower moments, and they're starting to realize that, damn, you know, fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, now they have to face it. Don't wait until you're on your deathbed and then you reaching out for people and stuff like that, crying and shit, like Mr. James was doing. Don't wait for that to happen. Make peace if you can. I know some people will not allow you that closure, so you have to create peace within that yourself, and you may have to check in every now and then, because there'll be moments of relapse, I'm telling you, and you may have to check in with that. You may have dreams that'll put you right back into that same place, and you be just fine. You be cool, and then that dream or that phone call will come, and then everything will start. It's like a big bag of fucking rocks knocking you over the head. Boom, and you just like, damn, you right back where the fuck you was. You know what I'm saying? For my mother, my siblings, I forgive you. I understand now that I'm looking at it a different way. It's like I understand why you feel the way that you feel about me, and although that is your business, it's okay. I love you. I thank you for making me realize things about myself. The things that people attack me for are actually great things. Thank you for helping me to build my confidence in some odd way. I appreciate the run ins. I appreciate everything, good, bad, or ugly. I love my brothers and sisters. I love my cousins, my aunts, everybody, mother and father side. I love everybody. Clean slate. I don't have to take your shit. You know what it is with me, but I still love you. I can cuss you out, beat your ass, whatever, defend myself, whatever. But at the end of the day, Cassie don't hate you, baby. Cassie don't hate nobody. Cassie don't have no fucking enemies, bro. So at the end of the day, how nice. At the end of the day, you know, I love you, and you're more hurt. I'm realizing it's not really you have a problem with. It's not really me that you have a problem with. You have a problem with yourself, and I sincerely hope that anybody that calls themselves trying to be an enemy of mine or whatever, I hope that you really take the time to really heal and really think, and take some time for introspection and all that. Take accountability for how you are, and make peace within yourself. I'm not saying we got to be bosom buddies or anything like that, but take your time with it. But just consider it. You know what I'm saying? And that is pretty much it. I feel wonderful. I really feel wonderful, and I hope that you guys learned from this video as I have learned. And yeah, anybody that's watching this video, whether you divine, karmic, whether you hate watching, love watching, or indifferent watching, understand, I love you. I fucking love you. If anybody told you that shit, I love you. And if I ever went hard on you, it's because I see your potential. Okay. All we're doing is just using our coping mechanisms for what we went through, and it's just clashing. That's all that is. You know what I'm saying? I got nothing but love for you, and I hope that you sincerely heal and move on with your life, and that and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? I don't wish nothing bad on you and nothing like that. I know y'all motherfuckers be doing the most towards the divines, but I'm confident. I know that everything will catch up to you. I ain't gonna clock it, but I ain't gonna knock it either. You know, and you know what I'm saying? That's just that on that. But I hope that you can watch this video and get something out of this shit. All right. Love you. My daughter says she love you, and I love y'all too.